In this first lecture of blockchain, today I will just discuss few things like definition of blockchain, what's its application. So let's start. So this is the a well accepted definition of blockchain. What is blockchain? Basically, it is a decentralized computation and information sharing platform that enables multiple authoritative domains who don't trust each other to cooperate, coordinate, and collaborate in a rational decision making process. There are the possibility that in a real life problem there are certain entities which will be involved, and if we want to provide some solution to those problem, then we have to deal all those entities. The very nature of any blockchain is decentralized. Decentralized means not a single node is handling everything, like in client server technology. So a kind of distributed system concept is used in a blockchain. So few subjects of computer science is the basic prerequisites before learning of blockchain. And the first subject is cryptography and network security, and second one distributed system. And definitely you know that before having the knowledge of distributed system, you should know computer network. So these are some basic requirement before the learning of blockchain. So in coming lecture I will discuss some concepts related to cryptography, which is a essential part of a blockchain. And I hope that the participant of this course will get some basic of cryptography and distributed system. So a decentralized computation and information sharing platform, and this blockchain platform basically provide a platform on which the parties may not trust each other, can cooperate, coordinate, and collaborate for any decision making process or to solving any process. So, this is the kind of scenario we have in a particular blockchain or in any blockchain. So, this is the source of this figure I have shown here. Let's have some business environment to get aware about the application of a blockchain. We know that in any business work we have so many entities, so many stakeholders, customers, manufacturers, bank authorities, financial institutions, several partners, and so on. And mostly business happen through markets, and they could be private, and there are the possibility of public market also. So private like supply chain finance, financial bonds, etc. Public market like grain market, fruit market, car showroom, etc. So from wealth to business, we need a kind of exchange of assets, and these assets can be in the form of goods or in the form of services, or goods. So these assets may have tangible nature like house or car, or intangible like kind of bond, patents, etc. And in addition, Cash is also an asset with anonymity property. So movement of this asset across various entities in a business network are recorded in a ledger. It is a account term. The account people understand these terms very well. So in ledger, basically, it's a kind of database in which all the transaction related to finance is stored. So this term in blockchain we borrowed. So movement of asset across multiple entities is recorded in a ledger. So a business may have multiple ledgers. An asset transfer onto or off the ledger is said to be transaction. Please remember this term, transaction. If a transaction happen via condition, then it is said to be contract. So in blockchain, a term that is smart contract is available in several blockchain. I will discuss a type of blockchain where we can use this smart contract, how we do programming in smart contract. So we will discuss all these things later. Let's have this problem. So suppose we have a participant A, participant B. As I said, every entity will have ledger. So participant A will have its own ledger, B will have its own ledger. There are bank authority, auditor, regularity authorities record, insurance sectors related record. There may be so many other entities also which have been not shown in this figure. So separate ledger keeping is inefficient, expensive, and vulnerable. So this is the basic problem with the some real time banking sector, all these sectors involved for any business work. So here we have a scope of blockchain. So blockchain is a trusted distributed ledger. डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड मीन्स कोई एक ही इसको डील नहीं कर रहा है, कोई एक ही इसको कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहा है. नॉट अ सिंगल एंटिटी इज द होल सोल इन चार्ज और रिस्पॉन्सिबल पर्सन और रिस्पॉन्सिबल सर्विस is dealing all these things. So it is a distributed ledger which is shared across the business process. It allows a shared, replicated permission ledger with consensus, provenance, immutability, and finality. It allows a replicated permission ledger with consensus, provenance, immutability, and finality. So same scenario can be handled through a blockchain. And these uh, in figure we are showing this is the replication. Same thing will be stored at each entity. The replica will be stored. Okay. So all the transaction will be stored on the blockchain and replica of the blockchain will be stored locally at each entity. Like here, this shows the replica at bank sector, at this A, this is the replica at B, this is the replica at insurance sector, and so on. So it allows a replicated permission ledger with consensus, provenance, immutability. Immutability means no one will be able to change, no one will be able to tamper these blockchain. And if it is so, then it will be detected and it can be proved that here in this block, these transactions are the block are invalid. So what is a blockchain look like? A blockchain is a historical record of transactions, much like a database. And a block in a chain, blocks in a chain is just like pages in a book. जिस तरह से हमारे बुक्स में डिफरेंट पेजेस होते हैं, इन अ सेम वे इन एनी ब्लॉकचेन the entity is, the unit is a block. So just like in a book we have each page contains the text, the story. Each page has information about itself, title of the book, chapter title, page number, etc. In a same way, in any blockchain we have these blocks. It is just like pages in a book, and each block keeps certain information, like the hash pointer, which points to its previous block. The first block in a blockchain we say genesis block. So the next block will store the hash code of the previous block. Similarly, say block I plus 1 will store the hash code of block I, and so on. All the blocks will keep a nonce. It is a random variable. So if you don't know about the hash function, it is a cryptographic function. I will discuss in next lectures. So please see next lecture if you don't know about this hash function. So hash function nothing but it takes a large size of data as an input and produces a fixed size output, which is used in several applications for privacy and security, mostly for the authentication purpose. So in a block, each block has a header which contains the data about the block. For example, technical information, reference to the previous block, as I said, digital fingerprint kind of like hash of the data contained in this block, among other things. This hash is important for ordering and block validation. And the contents of the block, for example, information about the transaction. तो blocks में in headers के बाद जो होता है that is the transactions के informations होते हैं, that is information about the transactions. तो जो hash है, जो hash pointer है, it will points to its previous block, and it will ensure the immutability. It will ensure the immutability also. I will discuss in the next lecture in more detail. So enough for today. I will create a small video, so I am not making a very lengthy video. So in the next lecture, I will continue this introductory part. So thank you. Enough for today.